You're 5 minutes from presenting in front of 20,000 people. Your heart's going, palms are damp, and somewhere in the back of your head, a voice pipes up. You're going to blow this. Here's the thing. That voice isn't going away, but you can change what it says, and that one shift is the difference between freezing up and absolutely nailing it. Olympic athletes, military special forces operators, and professional athletes are taught how to change that voice and shift their nervous system from panic mode to peak performance mode. Today, we're teaching you how to do it. We're exploring the science of self-talk and its measurable effects on your physiology. We'll explain what's happening in your nervous system when you change that internal dialogue. Review research proving these effects are real, then give you 3 practical strategies you can use immediately to activate your peak performance mode when you need it. What you say to yourself doesn't just affect your mood. It changes your stress hormones, your pain perception, and how your body recovers from challenges. Your nervous system has 2 main modes. There's the sympathetic fight or flight system that activates during stress, and the parasympathetic rest and digest mode where healing and recovery happen. Your internal dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, influences which system dominates. When you use harsh, critical self-talk during stress, you're essentially confirming to your nervous system that the threat is real. Your body stays in high alert mode, pumping up stress hormones. But when you use compassionate, calming language with yourself, you signal safety. Your parasympathetic nervous system can engage, stress hormones drop, and your body shifts towards a recovery state. Think of it this way. Your brain is constantly interpreting signals to determine if you're safe or under threat. The words you use with yourself are one of those signals. Change the signal, and you change the physiological response. Here's what the science says. A study published in the Journal of Pain in 2019 titled, Investigating the Influence and a Potential Mechanism of Self-Compassion on Experimental Pain, explained exactly how self-talk affects physiology. Researchers had 30 participants practice compassionate self-talk before being exposed to cold-induced pain. The results were pretty amazing. Those who used compassionate self-talk reported significantly lower pain ratings compared to the control group. But here's the most interesting part. The researchers measured heart rate variability, a marker of parasympathetic nervous system activity. The self-compassion group showed higher parasympathetic activation during pain, meaning their bodies were literally in a more relaxed, healing-oriented state, even while experiencing discomfort. Another study from UCLA published in Psychological Science in 2025 found that people who practiced self-affirmations before a stressful task had significantly lower cortisol responses compared to the control group. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. Elevated levels are linked to inflammation, weakened immune system, and slower recovery. By affirming their values beforehand, participants literally changed their stress hormone response. A 2020 neuroimaging study published in Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience showed that self-affirmation reduced activity in brain regions associated with threat processing and stress reactivity. The brain scans revealed measurable differences in how the brain responded to stress. Now, here are 3 research-backed strategies you can use to activate your peak performance in any stressful situation. First, shift from first-person to third-person self-talk during stress. Instead of saying, "I'm so stressed," use your own name. Brandon, you've got this. Research shows this creates psychological distance that helps regulate your stress response. Second, practice body-directed compassion during discomfort. When you're feeling physical tension, try saying this. "This is uncomfortable right now, and that makes sense. My body is working hard." The study we mentioned earlier found just a short period of this type of self-talk was enough to reduce pain perception and induce a calming feeling. You're not pretending nothing's wrong. You're changing how your nervous system interprets the situation so you can handle it better. Third, pair compassionate self-talk with intentional breathing. When you catch yourself in critical or anxious self-talk, inhale for 4 counts, while thinking something kind to yourself. Then exhale for the count of 6. The longer exhale directly activates your vagus nerve, the main pathway of your parasympathetic system. You're using both breath and language together to shift your entire nervous system state. The words you use with yourself aren't just thoughts floating in your head. They're signals to your nervous system that influence real, measurable physiological responses. Compassionate self-talk lowers stress hormones, reduces pain perception, and activates your body's recovery mode. Athletes, surgeons, and other peak performers figured this out through experience. Now you've got the science behind it and 3 strategies you can start using today to unlock your peak performance mode. Your move.